Foreign currency revaluation is a time consuming yet critical monthly activity, especially for organizations engaged in cross border transactions. Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations has already introduced business process automation for foreign currency revaluation in the accounts payable and the account receivable modules. Starting from version 10.44, users can now also take the advantage of automation in the bank foreign currency revaluation process. Let's explore how this enhancement streamlines the business process. From 10.44 version, the new feature called Enable Process Automation for Bank Foreign Currency Evaluation is available. You need to enable it from the feature management. Once it is enabled, we can go to Cash and Bank Management, and under Periodic Task, there is a new form called Foreign Currency Revaluation Automation is available. Once you click on this, this is the Foreign Currency Revaluation Automation framework. This is the same framework like the other automation which we have in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. If you are opening this form for the first time, you need to click on this Initial Process Automations. Then you will get a pop-up like Process Automations have already been initialized. Once done, you can click on the Create New Process Automation. From the Schedule type, select the Bank Foreign Currency Evaluation. You can click on Create Series. This scheduler allows you to set up an automation scheduler or series that runs the bank foreign currency revaluation process automatically on a specified day. This means users no longer need to manually execute the process each month. Once the automation runs, users can simply review and validate the results as part of their monthly reporting activities. I will proceed further to create this schedule. First step is to set up this scheduler by giving the details, like I will give a name Bank Forex Monthly. I can write a description here. Maybe I can just copy paste it. And then from here, I can set batch log level. If I want to keep always in everything like success of automation and error will be saved as part of batch history. And there's a new option called log retention length. This is basically that the time in months to keep the log table entries. And then the schedule time. I will change this to PM or AM, whatever you want. Start date from today. End date I will keep it blank because this is a recurring scheduler. There will be no end date. And occurrence pattern, like foreign currency generally a company does this process monthly, so I can select monthly. However, if anything required like daily, weekly, as per your requirement, you can set it up. I'll select monthly. I'll select days of month, so it's better to keep like 30th or whatever is preferable for the organization. So what does it mean? It means this automation schedule will repeat on the date of 30th of every month. And when the further alert rules are there to set up, this done, I will click on next. This is very much interesting. If you want to create the automation for multiple legal entities, you can select it from here. However, I will only keep USMF for now. And remember, this is the form where you will select the filters, and based on that, the foreign currency rates until date transactions will be considered by the automation process. In short, this is the primary parameters on which the foreign currency devaluation will be run by the automation. Now we will talk about these two options. It's very important. The first option is number of days adjustment for revaluation date. And the second one is number of days adjustment for exchange rate date. These two options are basically same when you do the manual foreign currency revaluation for banks. If you go to cash and bank management under periodic tasks, the manual bank foreign currency revaluation, if you click on this foreign currency revaluation, you will notice these two options we have seen in the automation. These are all same like this. Revaluation date, till which date the transaction will be captured during the foreign currency revaluation for bank. And the next one is exchange rate date. Which date exchange rate will be considered for this foreign currency revaluation? This is the meaning of this.
while we are doing this manually, we give a static date. But if we talk about automation, we cannot give a static date. Instead, these two options are given. In our case, 30th is a date where automation will run and the bank foreign currency revaluation will be processed. So, if we want to consider all transaction till 30th of that date, so it means it will be zero. There is no buffer. When the foreign currency revaluation is running, till that date only, all the transaction will be considered. However, if you want to keep or consider the transaction till 29th, that means it will be -1. Similarly, if you want to consider all posted transaction till after that date, then it will be +1, means this one. Same thing, number of days adjustment for exchange rate. So it will be the same concept. If you want to consider the exchange rate for 30th when the automation is scheduled, that means you will keep it as 0. If you want to consider the exchange rate date for 29th, so you will give -1. That is the concept of this two fields, which is number of days adjustment for revaluation rate. You can have a description. You can have a look at the description. Same thing for here as for the exchange rate as well. Now once done, we'll click finish, and the automation scheduler is on. So now this is the bank foreign currency revaluation process automation, and you will see this name, what we have given, time, company, schedule time, start date. There is no end date, and monthly, repeats on monthly when this will be run. And if I talk about view recurrence, you'll notice this is scheduled for every month of 13th, 35th, 36th, 37th, 38th. Okay. So when this will be run, the status will be changed. If you want to disable, you can disable it. If you want to edit schedule recurrence, you can still edit it. This is about the new foreign currency revaluation in bank. I would say this is the process is not new. The automation is new. There was no automation process. Now user can keep this manual activity and organization can take advantage of this automation in every month.